It's festival season. Our favourite beer festivals are coming back bigger and better than ever. But can you survive the overwhelming amount of beers and breweries without having the mother of all hangovers the next day? Here are my top tips for beer festival survival. Hi, beer lovers. I'm Joanne, the beer school lady, and I teach you how to taste beer with confidence and to develop your knowledge of the world's favourite beverage. Welcome back to my channel. What beer lover doesn't love a beer festival? A huge range of different beers to try, new beer friends, old beer friends, and just generally a good time for everyone, generally. But with that huge amount of beer available, it can be a little bit overwhelming and we can get ourselves into a little bit of a muddle. I want to help you have the best experience that you can at your next beer festival. There are lots of different types of beer festivals. You can get your local small ones. These may be set up by camera. They might be mainly real ale as opposed to craft beer. Or you can get your craft beer ones where there is a wide range of new, up and coming, and those hype breweries there for you to get your teeth into. The festivals also come in different formats. It might be an all-in festival where you've paid your money and then you just go get small pours. You don't have to pay any more for any of the beers. It might be a token basis where you've got to go buy the tokens before you can go get your beers, or it might be cash. Also think about whether it is going to be actual cash or whether you can use your card, and maybe think about setting yourself a budget. There's also lots of different types of venues. It might be a large scale venue where they're used to having kind of conferences and festivals. It could be in a field, in a marquee. Some breweries hold them at their tap rooms, or it might be in bars and pubs, or quite popular that I've seen recently are trails, where you have a map and you go to different pubs and bars along the route. Those are quite fun festivals to take part in. And of course, you've got all the breweries. Some of these festivals might be themed. There's one that I'm particularly excited to go to this year, which is being hosted by Little Earth Project, and it's going to showcase a lot of the sour beer and mixed fermentation and wild fermentation breweries that are in the UK right now. That sounds like an amazing festival to me. What beer festivals are on your to-do list this year? Let me know in the comments. With all of the excitement, it's easy for you to maybe indulge a little bit too much or potentially have a bad experience. And nobody wants that at a beer festival. So let's go through my top tips for making sure that you have the best time possible. So tip number one, make sure that you eat food. This is really important. A lot of people kind of start on the beers and then, oh no, it's fine, just gonna have a liquid dinner, whatever you want to call it. But making sure that you eat is really important. It's going to help you sustain yourself throughout the day. It's going to mean that you're going to have a better time and you can try all of the beers that you want to. A lot of these beer festivals have really exciting food vendors there. There might be interesting street food. So make sure you take part in that just as much as you do drinking the beer. I know we want to drink as much beer as we possibly can at a beer festival, but making sure that you stay hydrated and drink water is also really important. That is going to help you, again, sustain you throughout the day, help you keep yourself healthy and happy, and it'll make you feel better the next day. Where possible, try and take a reusable water bottle to help the environment as well. If you can, try and plan your day. How are you going to get there? How are you going to get back? Make sure that you've worked out, if you're using public transport, what is the very last one you can get to get home. You don't want to get stranded somewhere. Make sure that you've kind of planned your food and things like that, and plan how much time you want to spend there. If it's at one place, this is less concerning, but if you're going to be hopping around to different pubs and bars, you might want to think about how you want to work that out throughout the day, or just play it by ear. While we're talking about planning, let's talk about beer lists. Now, a lot of the festivals will try and release a beer list before the festival. This can be really useful to have a look through and see if there's anything that you're particularly excited about. But I do caveat that. The lists are printed in advance. Sometimes things happen and beers don't turn up. They may not have been ready. The delivery might not have been on time. The brewery might have had problems with the beer, and no one wants to put on a beer that isn't at tip-top condition. So do think about that. Don't be upset if something that was on the printed list isn't available when you get there. Many times I've been tripped up by this. Don't do it to me. Then in addition, when you actually get to the venue, scout out what is available. Get yourself a quick beer, something light to maybe start you off, or just have a quick walk around. Walk around and see what beers are available. Check out all of the boards, the stalls, however it's set up, and see if there's something really interesting that you want to start off with. I always try and say, don't start off with that 12% Imperial Stout, because, you know, that's going to set you off in the wrong tone for the day. You want to build yourself up. But also, at some of these bigger beer festivals where the really interesting things are going to be there, some things will sell out very quickly. So if it's something you have got your heart set on trying, try and get that in first so you don't miss out. This one's a hard one, but do try to pace yourself. You're going to be there for quite a chunk of time. And also, breweries have created these beers. The brewers have made these beers with love and attention and care, and they want you to enjoy them. If you're whizzing through them too quickly, or you're getting really drunk from having lots in too short a space of time without eating and drinking, you're not going to really appreciate the love and amazing care that has gone into these beers. So drink responsibly and be respectful of the brewers. If you're anything like me, you are going to want to take pictures of everything. You can do videos. If you've got an Instagram account or on Facebook groups, you're going to want to share the amazing time that you had at the beer festival. So before you go, make sure you've charged up your phone. Maybe take some charging blocks with you so you don't run out, especially if you need to be able to contact someone to be able to get home, and make space on your phone. Check how much space you've got for photos and videos so that you don't get into the middle of the day and find out that it's full and you don't want to delete any of the photos on there. This is particularly important for us Beerstagrammers, YouTubers, etc., who are going to be taking lots of content throughout the day. So my beer festival season has already started. We've already had Arundel Beer Fest in the bag. If I've missed anything, let me know what your top festival tips are by adding them in the comments. And if you see me at a beer festival this season, come up and say hi. I'd love to have a chat. Like this video if I've been able to give you any top tips that you haven't thought of. And give Love Beer Learning a subscribe so you can follow all of my beery adventures this summer. Let's say cheers to beer festivals.